In this lesson, we want to use the distance formula to find the distance between 2 points. Now, the distance formula is simply an extension of the Pythagorean theorem when applied to a graph or grid. Recall that the theorem tells us that the square of the two legs added together gives the square of the hypotenuse. The distance between the 2 points on a graph will always be the hypotenuse. If we have our first point, x1, y1, our second point, x2, y2, notice that if all the points along here have the same y coordinate. So this is y1, so y1 would be this point. These all have the same x coordinate, so this would be x2. So from here to here, this leg would be x2 minus x1. The distance from here to here would be y2 minus y1. So if we apply the Pythagorean theorem, we square this side, add them together, and take the square root, and we get this. So the distance formula D is given by the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Let's find the distance between these 2 points. I like to label my coordinates first so that I don't mess up setting things up. So if I take 7 minus 2 squared plus 4 minus 16 squared, simply replacing numbers in the formula, take the square root of this. 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 squared is 25. 4 minus 16 is negative 12, negative 12 squared is plus 144. We add those two together, we get the square root of 169, which turns out to be 13, comes out evenly. It turns out that things don't always turn out evenly. Let's try a second example. Once again, let's label each of our points. This is our first point, so it has x1, y1. This is our second point, x2, y2. Let's apply our formula here. We subtract the x's. I like to put an extra set of parentheses in there and subtracting with negatives. Now I have the y coordinates. So I have negative 6, subtracting a negative 3 is the same as adding 3, so I have negative 3 squared. Negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6 squared. So I have the square root of 9 plus 36. So I wind up with the square root of 45. So this is the answer. It doesn't look very nice. Now we can simplify radicals by writing this as the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. So we could also write the answer as 3 times the square root of 5. Applying the distance formula.